What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we've actually got some news to discuss. Recently, the second wave of Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary figures were officially revealed, and we've got some nice pictures, and we're also going to discuss a couple things with them, about them.
We'll go through each one because there has been some pushback
Of
to
course.
these reveals. And I'm kind of just like, what are you mad about? This is nothing new.
But before we get into that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. So, Justin, let's talk a little Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. We already got the very first wave.
Yes, let's pull up our official Out of the Basement monitor. The first wave is Leia, Han, Endor, Lando Skiffguard, Biker Scout, and Wicket. Pretty solid, but, you know, whatevs.
Right, so 4 reused figures, 1 actually brand new figure because Wicket is a new figure.
True.
We do see this from time to time. We saw it with the 40th anniversary of A New Hope with the Darth Vader. At that time, that was a brand new figure, and then it was released in the red and black box. And then we saw it again for Empire Strikes Back with Hoth Luke and the Hoth Rebel Soldier as well.
Yeah, Vader to Empire Strikes Back. Vader.
True, yeah, true. Yeah. Both Vaders, yeah.
Yeah, so there's usually, with these 40th anniversary sublines, mainly reuse, repackaged figures, put on the Kenner style card and just capitalize on that nostalgia. But they do sprinkle in a little bit of new, you know, a little bit of new tooling, or maybe even an all-new character that hasn't been done before, like Snowspeeder Luke.
Exactly.
So you get a little tiny bit, and we are seeing that with the Return of the Jedi stuff. I don't know if people just don't remember what this subline is. It's supposed to be repacks. It's literally capitalizing on the Kenner nostalgia crowd, the card backs, the plastic bubble.
Yep. The artwork that is accurate to the corresponding vintage Kenner art. So Wave 2 was officially revealed, and these figures are going to be Poplu, Bib Fortuna, Chewbacca, Stormtrooper, and the Emperor. Another really solid wave. Let's start with Poplu, Justin.
Yeah, Poplu. Perfectly, I would say it's a great selection considering the Ewok was initially in the very expensive Heroes of Endor set, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive. They were locked in that set.
Yeah.
So I'm not offended by a Poplu release at all. It deserves a single release, as I think all Ewoks do. Poplu. And it even has the correct Kenner card that is showing an Ewok that is not, in fact, Poplu.
Yep.
And there have even been some Kenner fans that have made comments that are like, that's not the right Ewok.
It's like, what about the Kenner figure? I'm seriously scratching my head at these comments sometimes from some of these so-called Kenner fans. But yes, that is very obviously not Poplu on the card art. But if you take a look at the original Kenner vintage art, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, and it's a great figure. I have it from the Heroes of Endor set. It's a perfectly fine choice for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi.
And we're also getting Bib Fortuna once again, which pretty much looks exactly the same. We get his iconic cup accessories.
Yeah, the cups are definitely a little weird. Apparently there was some deleted scene or concept art where he's holding a drink or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
But since they're going for Kenner nostalgia, should have just done the staff.
Right.
He doesn't have it in the movie, so it doesn't really bother me in the slightest. But I mean, I'll put the cups on the cantina. I don't really care.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. The staff would have been honestly perfect, considering they also recently did that with Admiral Akbar, where they gave him the baton.
Yeah, right.
So the only other thing to note, though, is that it definitely looks like the blue wash is a lot lighter this time around.
Right. Did they listen?
Right. I was about to say, thankfully.
Yeah, did they listen to that criticism, I wonder, because the Black Series Bib Fortuna in the Return of the Jedi Galaxy mural, it had some blue paint on them.
Like a serious blue wash on the entire figure.
I'm glad they took it off, though. I think it actually does look better.
Yeah, I feel like you can still slightly see the blue, but it is definitely nowhere near as bad as the Galaxy released figure. So that's great that they seemingly have improved that.
Next up, we got a controversial pick here, Chewbacca.
Ooh.
And this is a Chewie body, but with a new head, with the chain collar, the collar and the chain plastic, but it's metal in the film. When he is a prisoner for Boushh Leia, when they infiltrate Jabba's palace, and the sculpt work of the actual furry head is indented in,
right,
because of the collar.
Yeah,
something different, something new.
It is the old Chewbacca body, which is always disappointing to see because we absolutely need a new Chewbacca body. I know they can make a better one, and hopefully, even though Black Chrysanthemum is a lot bigger, maybe that'll inspire Hasbro to be like, well, maybe we should go back and tweak that Wookiee body a little bit. So it is a new head. The head, I think, looks great. The promo images kind of look
It was a little cross-eyed in the promo pic.
I'm hoping that's just the promo pictures.
It's their sample.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think the sculpting does look really nice, and just what a great time to reveal this figure with a lot of people finally getting Boushh Leia.
True.
From the archive release, like myself.
True.
So now I was sitting there with that figure, and I was like, man, it would be great to have that Chewie.
Now, the chain isn't anywhere near long enough.
Yes.
For her to hold.
And also, no cuffs, which I think should have been there as well.
This is actually a pass for me. Full disclosure.
Oh, wow.
The chain is not long enough.
Yeah.
And other than that, I just think it's really scene specific. They have him with his bowcaster, but
he doesn't have his bowcaster.
This isn't Final Battle Endor Chewie running around with a metal collar and a chain, because even if you took it off, you would have that sculpted, that indented sculpt work.
Yeah.
So it's very scene specific, and I don't think it would work for any other scene other than a Jabba's palace. But then again, Jabba's palace is Jabba's palace.
Right.
So, I don't know.
That's why I'm honestly shocked at you saying that you're passing on this figure, because the Jabba's palace display is
it's just how many Chewies do I need?
Yeah, but it's Jabba's palace. That's one of the more fleshed out displays in the Black Series.
Maybe. It's a maybe for me. I'm actually passing on most of these.
I think all of these will probably end up on sale easily. Especially the Chewies.
Right. A lot of people are upset about the Chewbacca and how it has the chain and the newly tooled head. I just can't help but think if it was just a repack, you would complain about the repack.
Right.
I think the Chewie is something new, different. It spices it up a bit. It's not the most exciting thing ever, but at least it's something other than a straight up repack, which you also would complain about a repack.
I think as long as Wookiees are coming out on that old body, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation where I honestly, I just think Hasbro needs to ditch that body. It's from 2014.
Yeah.
They got their money out of it.
All right.
I think we can afford a new Wookiee body. There's still plenty of Wookiees out there that have not been made.
True. Another controversial one is the Stormtrooper, Nate.
Real head scratch. I don't want army builders. I want to pay more money for army builders.
It is a good thing to have the Stormtrooper constantly available in the Black Series. A regular standard Imperial Stormtrooper should always be available throughout every single year. Every month you should be able to just go buy an Imperial Stormtrooper. Realistically,
they should just have them permanently up on Hasbro Pulse. Same thing with a Phase 1 and a Phase 2 Clone Trooper. Just plain white. Just available to purchase whenever you want.
Right. The criticisms here are no holster, which a lot of the Stormtroopers in the original trilogy have holsters. That's a fair assessment. That's a fair criticism. Yeah. I will say, in Return of the Jedi, not every single Stormtrooper has a holster, but that's just...
that's true.
That's just, that's too much of an excuse.
Right.
That's Hasbro not wanting to do a holster.
Yeah, which it would be so simple because it's literally just a different belt.
it's not that big of a deal, no.
Right. So
for them to include, yeah.
Yeah, I think they could do it. They just simply chose to repack it, and they can totally get away with the excuse, like you said.
And then there are some people saying that they wish that they would have retooled the helmet to make it accurate to the actual Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper helmet design. I think that's a result of the filmmakers and like the prop costume department. I don't think that's the Empire actually redesigning the Stormtrooper helmet. Of course. It's not like Phase 1 clone, Phase 2 clone.
Yeah.
I think for consistency's sake and army building, don't do like a Return of the Jedi specific Stormtrooper helmet.
That's a fair point. Now,
Sandtroopers, do whatever you want. Make it that different helmet.
Make it the different helmet.
Because this is just a clean Stormtrooper, so for army building purposes, just make them uniform.
Yeah, and then the last figure is the Emperor, which is another head scratcher because it was just archived. I don't understand. Same thing with Skiffguard Lando. You know they knew these figures were going to be put in 40th Return of the Jedi Anniversary card backs. So it's like, why did they archive them as well?
Yeah.
Because it's just going to lead to overproduction, which leads to peg warming. So I think out of everything, we'll probably see tons of Emperors and tons of Skiffguard Landos everywhere because pretty much everyone has both of them at this point.
Yeah, the card back looks nice. I know some people were disappointed that there was no like Force electricity, Force lightning hands.
Oh yeah. No, they're keeping those to that set.
It's definitely a bummer that they didn't just re-release that deluxe set.
Right. I think that would have been the right move. And they could have totally done like a fake vintage Kenner-inspired packaging like they did with literally the TVC version that they released a couple years ago. Yeah. Just translate that into a Black Series release and so many people would have been so happy. And even if it came with the little background piece, that would have been the cherry on top. But even if it was just the throne again, and then the alternate heads and the lightning hands.
Yeah, but ultimately, I think there are some people who just don't understand what this subline is. Mm-hmm. It's repacks.
Yep.
This is a repack line.
It always has been.
It always has been a repack line for Star Wars, Empire, now Return of the Jedi. Sprinkle in a little bit of new because we still have on the official OOTB monitor Boba Fett Deluxe, which is a repack actually, but the Endor Rebel Soldier, the Gamguard, R2-D2 is a new sculpt, Vader is slightly retooled, they said, and Luke will be on the new Jedi Knight Luke body. That's going to be a new figure as well. So there's new sprinkled in to the 40th stuff. But why are you surprised? It's like straight up repacks.
Right.
This is nothing new. We've seen this over the years.
Yep. Ever since 2017, the 40th anniversary of A New Hope, we knew this was coming. We knew what we're getting into. So it's just kind of one of those things where you look at it and the outrage just is so artificial and just simply outrage for the sake of the grift, for getting people to get angry and click on their videos and complain and type out Lord of the Rings novel length comments about how Hasbro has ruined their life.
I like when the comments are like, take me back to the blue line. But then they complain about repacks and repaints. Like, bro, in the blue line, they had already repacked Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, and there was like 3 or 4 different Phase 1 clone troopers. There's regular white, Sergeant, Captain. Like, they were already repainting all this stuff, even back in the orange and blue line waves.
No, I don't want to hear it.
They've always done repacks.
I don't want to hear it. Stop it, Justin. You're going to hurt him. But for real, though, so, maybe this was a little bit of a ranty episode, but it's just one of those things where we see it, you see the outrage, and it's kind of like, why? Like,
I'm not surprised at all. I'm passing on most of these. I don't need the Emperor bid.
Right. For the record, if I do pick any of these up, it's simply going to be to keep them on card, and I have faith I'm going to be able to get 90% of them on sale, so I'm going to wait for a sale on all of these.
Stormtrooper, Army Builder. Why are you mad at an Army Builder?
Yeah.
It's just not surprising. It's nothing new. It's just another average everyday in the world of Black Series collecting.
Yep.
I'm passing on most of these, and that's fine, because this is for the card back people.
Yep, absolutely. So that's all we've got for you today on this episode of Figure It Out. Let us know your thoughts on the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary card back figures in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. And if you'd like to support us directly, we do also offer a channel membership for 99 cents a month. You get access to a custom Clone Trooper name badge and custom emojis that you can use on our videos and on our live streams, which are every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Justin, join the Discord.
You gotta just join that Discord, guys.
The in-stock alerts, hot fire recently. Cyber Monday deals, Black Friday deals.
Cyber
Saturday deals. A lot of people got a lot of cheap Black Series figures thanks to the in-stock alerts. That alone is worth joining the Discord, and it's completely free. You just got to sign up for Discord, join the Discord. It's a great community of positive Black Series collectors.
True.
Special thank you to our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated, and thank you to everyone else out there for simply liking, watching, subscribing, sharing these videos with your Star Wars figure loving friends. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.